You can see, guys, that if you want to do something in life, you have to understand, detach from everything. Make sure every single day that you detach from all of life. Because when you detach from everything in life, what happens is you become better in terms of what you want to do. And you have to understand that what you want to do is you want to be able to be sophisticated in a way that you're helping yourself to grow. You understand? Because that's what it's about. It's about really explaining exactly what you are made of, and every single day that's exactly how you move forward. So when you move your head or anything that you are forward in a way that you've never done before, you're going to be able to understand that you have to go the new way. You have to go the new way that you've never went before. And that's the thing about life. You can see exactly what you want to do around life in terms of everything, in terms of information. But you have to understand that every single day, it's not about anything other than growth. And so if you grow yourself the best way you can every single day to make sure that your life is straightforward in a way that you're growing yourself, you have to understand that's the important thing. Every single day, growing yourself to the best person you can be, making sure you're growing yourself in different ways every single day, understanding how to do that for yourself so that you can understand how to grow. I promise you, if you're not into growth or into growing your health or anything like that, then you have to start really reflecting upon your life in a way that you have to determine something in your life that's going to do better for you. So you have to realize that you have to go a certain direction every single day in a way that you're growing yourself and in a way that you're pushing yourself to motivate yourself and other people. Because you have to realize that most people don't care about how much you motivate them, because the thing is that they've got motivation in other places. You have to realize that there are so many books out there and so many life coaching materials and so much psychology out there and so much reading materials that you can feast upon, that people really, they don't care exactly about what you say. They care about more about how you say it. In a sense, so it's much more how, if you're an aggressive person, you're going to start talking in tones in a way that is I realize in a way that is disturbing other people. In a sense, so never disturb other people in any kind of way. So you have to realize that if something's not working out in your life, then you have to start manifesting a dream. You have to start manifesting something even better for yourself while sticking to the words of reality. And so if you stick to the words of everything that you want to be and you go that direction where it's much better for you, I promise you that way you will motivate yourself even more than anything else in the planet to make sure that you can do much better jobs and much better ways of living every single day. But you have to push yourself. I promise you, nobody's going to push you in life. I promise you, there's no one in life that's going to push you. So you have to realize that you are the sole motivation of your life. So if you don't understand that, I promise you, what I mean is that you are the only person who's going to drive your ability forward. You're the only individual in the planet who's going to really embark on a journey in your life, in your shoes, in your time, in your moment. So nobody can do that for you. I realize nobody can go and get the world for you. You have to go and get the world for yourself. You have to realize that the world that you're building upon life is something that is not trying to disturb other people, but you have to realize that many people are going to be disturbed by you. I promise you, many people are going to be disappointed in you. So don't look at the disappointments of life. Don't be disappointed in yourself for making those decisions that you did in your life. Because the thing is that life is a journey. You understand? Life is something that you bring to the table. So you have to understand that you have to bring value to the table every single day. You have to realize that you have to push motivation and content into the planet as much as possible. Do you know why? Because when you do that, you're going to unlock abilities. You're going to unlock your own abilities to really, let's say, to do better for yourself, because that's the main thing. So you have to realize every single day that you motivate yourself to make sure that you have the life that you need. I promise you, you're going to do even better than yesterday. So you're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that no matter what in your life, that you'll have everything in your ability to succumb to a better way of life. But you have to realize that many people are not going to believe in you. You know what I'm saying? Many people are going to disregard what you say, and they're going to look at more in terms of life what you do about life. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about life is, make sure you never go and correspond to their way of thinking, but make sure you formulate your own type of thinking. You know what I'm saying? So the more you can formulate something of your ability where you can manifest your dreams, where you can talk about reality or talk about things from a metaphysics point of view, or anything in terms of psychology, or anything in terms of life, when you can spread the tones of reality and the tones of life into other people, I promise you, you have to realize that's the best way to go about things. You know what I'm saying? Do you know why? Because the more you communicate into a daily life, I promise you, the more you communicate in daily life, what happens is you start to really never procrastinate. You start to move forward with reality. You start to move forward with your life, and you start to make a difference in the world. You understand? So that's the thing. Like, for example, there is a guy out there or a woman out there who needs to smoke cigarettes. You understand? And the thing is that they formulated beliefs and actions upon that in a way that they are unable to detach from these kind of things and drugs that they're doing, because they've related a lot of scenarios around doing drugs around themselves in those type of manners. So the only way to break through is to realize that if you stick to the breath, if you stick to the breathing, and if you just want knowledge, for example, if you just want knowledge and nothing else, I promise you that's all you're going to achieve. But the thing is that you have to realize that you have to start detaching from all of that right now, and you have to start getting to a better place in your life, because the only thing that matters right now is making sure that you're doing a better job. You understand? You have to be doing a better job for everything in life. You understand? Because that way you're going to have more time to think, you're going to have more time to do, you're going to be able to surround yourself with better people, you're going to be able to really never procrastinate and move forward, and be able to live life and do everything in your life to make sure that you're living a great life. You understand? Because that's what it's about. I realize it's about making sure that you're every single day doing the best job you can for other people, so that you can actually do a great job for yourself. You understand? So the more you do for other people, the more they'll do for you. You understand? So every single day you have to understand that all you need to do is stick to the information. You have to stick to the information of life. And now, some information in life, you have to understand that you must never block information from your life. You have to understand every single day, you have to understand that no matter what day, if you see that someone's doing something for you, it's because you asked for it, and it's because you are someone that needs that in your life right now, in terms of this terminology or anything like that, because life is like that. So you have to realize that you have to understand, you have to help out. You know, you have to help out, and never be resentful. Never be resentful because you're helping out. You have to realize that in certain times and certain ways of life, you're gonna start frustrating yourself in terms of life, because something's gonna happen and you're just gonna be frustrated because you didn't learn enough. You know what I'm saying? Because those people who get frustrated didn't learn enough, you know. So you have to realize that if you really want to make a difference in life, you have to make a difference in your life first. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure that your life is rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? In a way that you're really doing a better job for yourself in terms of whatever you want to be doing. Because if you don't make the decision to make sure that your life gets to a better place in life, then you're going to be straightforward losing. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about losing, it's about making sure that you're neutral about life, making sure you're not winning but you're not losing, but making sure that you're much more of someone who understands how to abbreviate and how to get around life and how to understand the moments. So the more you talk about everything, for example, the more you understand it. You know what I'm saying? The more you can actually picture life in a better way about what you're doing. You see, guys, this is the thing about life. You have to understand that if you're not into business, you have to start getting into business right now. And the reason for this is because if you want to better yourself in terms of everything that you're doing, you have to understand you have to have a great business mindset. And now to get a great business mindset, you have to understand you have to go the free way. So there are many books out there every single day teaching you how to think. So you have to understand that the more you dive into things of nature in terms of words and everything in terms of anything you can learn, anything you can indulge in terms of having a greater mindset. Okay, that's what it's all about. I promise you, that's what all businesses are trying to explain to you, and that's what every single book out there is trying to help you to do, is to become a better thinker. You understand? So the better thinker you are in life, the better you're gonna do in terms of every area of your life. You see, guys, the key to life is making sure every single day that you're producing as much content as possible, because when you produce as much content as possible, what happens is you get to better places. You start really, really recollecting upon your life in a way that you're helping other people. And when you're helping other people, it's much more about helping them to figure things out in terms of having a greater mindset, making sure that they have what they need in terms of information, so you can provide them and guide them through life, so that you can help yourself and them in terms of the process of business and life, to make sure that you can get to better places, because that's what it's all about. So make sure every single day, guys, that you're always helping yourself and other people, because that's the ultimate way of producing something that is going to help you to grow. So you understand? So every single day, make sure every single day you're doing something productive so you can help yourself to live a better life. You see, guys, being a content producer is someone in life who thinks the best about everything. So when you think the best about everything, you're making sure that you have a better attitude in the process. So every single day you have to develop an attitude of greatness, making sure every single day that you're giving as much ideas as possible into the planet every single day, making sure that you're doing something around growth, and making sure that you're helping your philosophy to grow in different ways. So you have to understand that the meaning of life is to think better. You understand? The more you think, the better, in terms of not just thinking. You have to understand, you don't think in life, you make sure that you write everything down. And when you write everything down, you just get to better places. You start producing more content, and because you're producing more content, you find deeper meaning in life. I see, guys, that's the thing about life. I realize you can go any place you want to go as long as you have the skills to go. You understand? So you have to realize that when you're helping yourself to find skills and everything that is according to that nature, you have to understand that there's a lot of things you can do around creativity and making sure that you're producing something in the process of life, making sure that you're helping yourself to every single day embark on a journey of some kind of fascination. You understand? You have to have a fascination mindset every single day. So it's much more about being fascinated around life in a way that you're helping yourself and other people, in a way that you're producing as much content as possible, because that's how you actually grow. And you have to understand that's the way you find meaning in life, and that's how you actually get to places that you want to go, because you're helping yourself to realize how to think better and how to do better. See, guys, this is what it feels like to do better. I realize when you're doing better, you just feel better. You just get to a better point in life. I realize it's much more when you're doing better in life. I realize things are working out. I realize you can help yourself to grow. You can do whatever you want to do, and nothing can stop you. I mean, you just feel unshakable. You feel this sense of confidence in you every single day, that you're thinking outside the box. You're doing things around nature. You're doing things around people. You're making sure you're building social skills. You're helping yourself build your emotional intelligence, writing things down, everything in terms of life, making sure every single day you're doing the best you can, for example. And that's someone who's really, really straightforward with life, helping themselves to do whatever they can, not just to help themselves, but to help other people in the process. But even though they're developing themselves, that's the whole point of life. You see, guys, whatever you're doing in life, you have to push yourself every single day in every single area of life. So you have to understand that when you're pushing yourself, you're pushing your mindset, you're pushing your emotions, you're pushing your thoughts, you're pushing everything about you You understand? And when you push everything about you to speak words, to create something every single day, and to make sure that you're living a greater life for yourself, I promise you, that's where you need to be, and that's what you need to be doing. So you have to understand that you have to get out there in terms of life, making sure that you're communicating with people every single day, making sure that you're communicating to yourself even more than you are with other people, but making sure that you're going inside, staying inside of yourself, making sure that you're taking care of your body every single day, and making sure that you're having health in terms of life. So you're making sure that you're becoming healthy in the process of everything that you're doing, and just trying to live a greater life in terms of mindset and in terms of everything that you are, because that's the whole point.